So fine morning everyone. So firstly, well done all the presenters who presented before me. Very nice content. So today I am going to speak on a topic, change. So before starting, I want to quote one of the greatest persons of all time, Charles Darwin's quote. According to Darwin's origin of species, we have, it is not the strongest of the species, nor the intelligent, it is the one who is adaptable to change. Those are the persons who evolve and who succeed in their lives. So it's not quoted by Darwin. You can see it's according to Darwin. So it's quoted by whom? Leon M.C. Megon. He is who is a professor of management and psychology in a university in America. So change management is basically not a financial thing, but a psychological or psychiatric thing that is mainly focused in the area of psychology. So there are many changes in every aspect of our life. So in orientation, we didn't have this 30 lakhs worth of object. But here we have this 30 lakhs worth of object, and we as students and sir and faculties also accommodated to that change. And there are many changes from fire to fire engine and from fire to wildfire. They have all emerged. So the basic question is why change management? Why management? We have some management for every aspect of our life. Database management, strategic management, investment management, personal finance management. Everything's management. But we all have that one question. When we are told to do some work, when we are told that we have to do this, what's the first question we have? It is why. The why. Why should there be a change management? So because you know this dialogue, the change is inevitable. And also yet the humans, we don't like the changes. We don't changes. Humans don't like changes, but they are inevitable. So we have to go through changes. If we like it or not, it's going to change today or tomorrow. Anyhow, the change is going to happen, damn sure. But whether you are going to be the part of the change or you are going to be back of the change. So let me show all these nonsense dialogues. Let me show you some clear evidence, the historical statistical data. So here we have one curve. So the curve on x-axis depicts the time, and on y-axis is the productivity. So here we have at the first start of the stage, we have the shock or denial stage, at which the productivity continues. At later, anger or bargaining stage, means the audience or the people who are subject to change are going to the phase where they don't like the change or they are not accepting the change. Then the productivity drastically declines, and we have the depression stage. Next we have the acceptance stage, then the graph increases. So let me tell this practically. So on the first day of the MCS batch, we are very drastically interviewing, we are introducing others, we are very enthusiastic. There are 2 or 3 days, we are playing some games on the Hindu. We are very angry about that. And the next day, we are walking out like it's Parliament Court and we are MPs or MLAs. So we are literally depressed in that time. And today, we are very accepting the change and we are all presenting here. Oh yeah, there are quite few and rest of us still in the depression phase who didn't come here. So that's the practical example of change management. So change management is nothing or not a new topic. It dates back to nearly 1940s, before the India's independence. So the first change management by Kurt Lewins. If anyone of you remember, it's in CA Inter-Strategic Management textbook. Next, we have the recent thing, the nudge theory. It's in 2008. So over 7 decades, we have the change management models, redefining. Why? Because everyone doesn't like to stick to one theory. It starts in 1940s and ends till 2008. But it didn't end in 2008. I have taken the major theories because we have just given 6 minutes and 6 slides. What can we do? So these are major things. And the first curve you saw, the curve of depression, is the Kubler-Ross change curve theory. So I told you that it's not some nonsense dialogues, but a statistical thing that has been proven. So next we'll go to the models. So we have the 4 models. I won't be your strategic management or psychology teacher by explaining all the models because some other management people done that. So first the Kurt Lewins. So the same thing applies to all the other things. So first freeze. The change what is there, like the current process, it's frozen. You have to unfreeze it. Then you have to change it. Next you have to again refreeze it. So first freeze the process which you are going, the purchase plan or the HR process or financial process. It's already frozen because it's continuing from decades. You have to change it. Next we have to refreeze the thing. Next we have the dimming, PDS, status change and you can see all the things are similar. First you have to do plan the change, do, check, act. Next you have aware, design, knowledge and reinforce. See that last all the steps are the reinforcement steps. The first steps are planning steps. So next we have the quarter stage steps theory. Like you can all this study in the like on YouTube. Like I am just a CA final student. I can't explain it better than a psychologist or psychiatrist on YouTube. So you can better Google up those things. But I am telling you that these are there, and you should be aware of these because after 6 or 7 years, a CFO calls you. You will be the financial manager or financial head of the team. He will ask you, like, we are doing this change. I want you to do this analysis, the quarter stage step analysis or the nudge analysis. Then you have to be aware that okay, this is the term. Okay, you should not be like, what is that? You should not question your CEO, what is that? Why should I do? You should be aware of this. So I am telling you, these are there, and it's up to you whether you can research or whether you are willing to research or not. So that nudge theory is something new because it doesn't focus on the professional changes, not the HR changes, but it focuses on the personal changes. So it's not something a research report by institute. It's just a book known as the Nudge. It's one of the newest best seller. So you can Google up this book. It is available on Amazon also. And next we have the modest 3 levels theory. So till here all the 6 are the same repeated cyclic steps. The plan, change, everything is the same. But here the last 2 will be different because these 2 are not cyclical. It's the way the change happens. So for suppose in direct task or indirect task, the faculty explains you some and you don't like it. So what's your first reaction? Firstly, you don't get the sum. Next, I don't like the person who is telling the sum. So that's it. Like, so you don't get the sum. Next, you don't like the concept. Next, you don't like the person who is telling it. So for suppose if I am telling some rubbish, you don't get the rubbish. Next, you won't like me also. So that's the modest 3 levels. So when the person who is implementing the change must be aware of that these are the things that are happening in the minds of the other person. Be empathetic to it. Be step in the shoes of the other person and analyze these 3 things. Then you will be able to manage the change smoothly. Next we have the McKinsey 7S theory. The top form McKinsey has given 7 S's. This is not cyclic, but it's like these are the 7 things. Like I told you, like the 3 things in the modern theory and the McKinsey theory, you have to consider these things so that the change is a smooth process. Next, all this I told you literally the 7 strategies. Let us go to the main takings of these 7 strategies. So I told you the first 6 are the cyclical things. So if they all tell you that one cycle, plan, do, act or add cards, they give a cycle. You have to follow that cycle. Next we have it's not a financial task as I told you, it's a psychological task. Because like the psychologist or psychiatrist, that the main change depends on those things. Rather than financial after that psychology thing, we will always have the budget thing and all those things. We are well aware, I need not tell you. Next we have the work. Because like these all things need not be restricted to work. They can be built in your personal lives. How? Because in personal lives from CA inter to articleship to study leave, next final, next interview preparation, next corporate, next changing jobs. We will all go through many changes. So we have to accommodate to those changes. So next, finally I will tell you that all these 7 things come to the 3 points. Why, how and what. So why is the change happening? Next, how can you change? So the greater the why, the easier the how. So you have to first focus why should we change? Why should the change be implemented? Then the what and how are very easy. So finally, open to queries. Wait, let me change that. So open to queries. Any queries? No. Okay. Thank you guys.
Open to thank you.
Good, very good. What is the reference you have taken this material?
So all these 6 strategies I have taken from Miller's website. Like you can get these 6 on the Folks website. All those things. So I didn't use any images.